Welcome YouTube. This is the Angry Cheesehead. Today we're going to talk about Week 4 predictions. Yeah, this has been crazy past 3 weeks, but let's get started. We're going to start off with Thursday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins are going to play in Paycor Stadium against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Dolphins managed to survive against the Buffalo Bills and stay undefeated. The Cincinnati Bengals finally got their first win against the New York Jets. Now, this is going to be a fun Thursday night game. I think the Bengals might start bringing their A game. However, I'm going to give the edge to the Miami Dolphins on this one just because they have better personnel, pretty much the best team in the AFC right now. And yes, the Bengals may be former AFC champions. It's going to take a lot for them to recover. It looks like Miami or Buffalo could be the new champions at this time. Following that, you're going to start London, mate. London, oi. Sorry, British people. This first game is going to be against the Purple Demons from Hell, the Minnesota Vikings. Going to take on the New Orleans Saints, the Vikings. Able to come away with a win against the Detroit Lions. The Saints somehow got pretty much beaten by the Panthers. If anything, judging by the past 2 weeks have been for the Saints, I don't think they're going to win this game against the Vikings. The Vikings pretty much just have a better team, even though they're having trouble trying to get to Justin Jefferson, I guess. I don't know why. I mean, he ran us over on week 1, but I'm still going to give the edge to the Vikings here, and sadly, they're going to go and win in London. Following that, you got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The Browns managing to suck less against the Pittsburgh Steelers, whereas the Falcons didn't choke this time. Survived against Seattle, but hey, baby steps. This is going to be played in Atlanta. However, I still have trust in the Browns' offense and a little bit in their defense, way more than what Marcus Mariota and Kyle Pitts and company have with their guys. I'm going to go with the Browns to get their third win. But if the Falcons win this, that'd be interesting. It's pretty much the battle of memed teams. So, following that, you got an interesting matchup, which probably would have been America's Game of the Week, or Sunday Night Football, or any of the primetime games. You got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Bills coming up short after acting like Dallas against the Miami Dolphins, just like how Dallas did against the San Francisco 49ers in the wild card. Whereas the Ravens pretty much didn't choke away the lead against the New England Patriots, which is pretty good. This is going to be interesting. However, I'm going to say, even though the Bills have injuries like piling up and the Ravens are starting to get people back, I still think Josh Allen is that MVP caliber quarterback where him and his team can easily just be in situations and can manage. It might not be an easy game, but it'll definitely be a fun game. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills on this one. Well, I could be wrong if it's the Ravens. Following that, you got the Washington Commanders taking on Dallas Cowboys. Commanders got embarrassed by the Eagles. Cowboys beat the Giants. Easy call. Cowboys. Still going to get embarrassed. Followed by the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Seahawks losing to the Falcons. Lions choked a lead that could have won the game against the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be an easier call because the Seahawks don't look good this year. The Lions look like they are a high-flying offense. They might just win this week. I'm going to give the Lions the benefit of the doubt to bounce back and take a win in Detroit. Following that, you got the LA Chargers taking on the Houston Texans. The Chargers got demolished by the Jacksonville Jaguars, whereas the Houston Texans came up just short against the Chicago Bears, but struggled a lot. But they were fighting. Because of the Chargers' litany of injuries, including Keenan Allen, we're not sure if he's coming back. Joey Bosa being put on IR, and I don't know what's going to happen with Justin Herbert. He might be treated like Tua for all I know. But I'm going to go and say the Texans are going to rebound. They won last year against the Chargers. It was the only team they beat that wasn't an AFC South team. last year, so I'm going to easily go with the Texans on this one. Following that, you got an AFC South matchup, speaking of, between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Titans survived a 2-point conversion against the Las Vegas Raiders, putting the Raiders as the only 0-3 team. The Colts somehow survived against the Chiefs, but making the AFC West look like dumpster fire against the AFC South the past week. But this is going to be an interesting match. This is pretty much who's going to be falling behind against the Jaguars. This was going to be the match that was going to be who's going to take the AFC South, but since the Jaguars are pretty much whooping it, yeah. This is, however, going to be played at Lucas Oil, so I'm going to give this one to the Colts here. I think they have the better advantage because as long as they can stop Derrick Henry, they shouldn't have a problem. Following that, you got the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants once more. Speaking of that, because they already played like twice the past 2 years. The Bears coming off for the close win against the Houston Texans. The Giants lost on Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. This is going to be played in New York. However, the Bears just don't look that good, and it looks like the Giants are actually starting to be better than they were the past couple of years. I'm going to give this one to the New York Giants and say that they'll take the win, and we'll see that the Bears suck more. Following that, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars between the Philadelphia Eagles. This would be a joke of a matchup, but right now, this might be an underdog kind of match from what it looks like. The Jaguars basically giving an ass whooping to the Los Angeles Chargers. The Philadelphia Eagles giving an ass whooping to the Commanders. And they are undefeated. This is going to be fun. This may be played in Philadelphia. This is also going to be the Doug Peterson revenge game. I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to give this one to the Jaguars. I think they have the capability to win this one. I think they're going to pull the upset. Following that, you got the Jets taking on the Steelers. The Jets coming up short against the Bengals. The Steelers coming up short against the Browns. Sad. I still think that, my gut's telling me that we're going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one. The Jets might be doing okay, but I don't think they're going to be as good enough or lucky enough as the Steelers. I think the Steelers might rebound this week. Following that, you got the Carolina Panthers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, rough time against Los Angeles, and they weren't even trying. Pretty much doing like how we did against the Vikings week 1. The Panthers somehow coming off with a victory against the New Orleans Saints. This is, of course, being played in Charlotte, and usually the Panthers are going to have their number. They've been having a long streak ever since the NFC Championship game, back when the Panthers went to the Super Bowl. I'm going to go with the Panthers again this time with the upset. I still think that they're going to win this and still put the Cardinals to shame. They always have their number like how the Niners have our number. Following that, you got the Broncos and the Raiders. Oh, boy. Both dumpster fire teams, but one's less trashy. The Broncos barely coming away with a win against the Niners. The Raiders, only 0-3 team in the AFC and in the NFL. This is going to be played in Las Vegas, but I don't know. This could be a flip of a coin, except this is more like a tank bowl status, even though the Broncos aren't taking right now. I'm going to give the slight edge to the Broncos. They'll come off with a win. If the Raiders win, oh boy, this is going to be a joke. Even more of a joke than Nathaniel Hackett in Denver. Following that, yes, you got the New England Patriots coming to Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. The Patriots coming up short after the Ravens almost choked the game last week. But sadly, Mac Jones is injured with I think it was a knee injury. I don't know, but he's not going to be here for a knee or an ankle injury. I don't know, but he's going to be out for the game at least. Brian Hoyer is going to start. The Packers, like the Titans, survived from a 2-point conversion against the Buccaneers in an amazing Goat Bowl battle. This is going to be played at Lambeau. The offense definitely did struggle for Green Bay. I still think the Packers are going to win. I think that the offense is going to rebound, and the defense and special teams is going to play like how they played last week. It shouldn't be a problem. Although, we shouldn't tread lightly the next couple weeks until Week 8, because any of these games could be a trap game. Week 8, we got the Bills, and oh boy, it's going to be another challenge. And Sunday Night Football, you got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chiefs losing to the Indianapolis Colts in a close matchup. The Buccaneers, like I just said, losing after a failed 2-point conversion and onside kick recovery by the Packers. It depends on what happens with Hurricane Ian, but I don't think it'll affect it because either they're going to play in Tampa or they're going to play in Minnesota because apparently they volunteered, kind of like how Jacksonville did with us in New Orleans last year. I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs because the Buccaneers still have their injuries and they're not playing as 100%. Their O-line is not doing very good. Their offense is struggling a little bit. Mike Evans should be coming back, but I still think the Chiefs can come and rebound. And following that, you got a Monday Night Football game in the NFC West between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams beating against the Cardinals. The 49ers barely losing against losing a close match against the Broncos. This is going to be a closer match than a lot of people think. The Niners usually have their number, but I still think the Rams are going to win this. I think they're more capable. Their defense should be good enough to handle it. But if the Niners win, hey, it's a lot of close matches this week. Well, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you for watching out. And remember, this is the Angry Cheesehead saying, let's go into the game of kidding.